What's going on, guys? It is David here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing a lot of Black Ops 4 information about zombies, about multiplayer, about potentially a new title for the game that we have coming from a potential leaker, and we're going to be discussing that today and see what you guys think about that. Now before we get into the video, guys, I do want to quickly mention, if you are new to the channel and you want to subscribe and help me reach my goal of 6K subscribers by the end of March, I would appreciate you a lot. And if you end up subscribing from this video, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll feature you in my next video like these guys. Big thank you to you guys for subscribing from the last video. As well, leave the video a thumbs up. Let's try to shoot for 100 likes on this video. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the information we have here is coming from the Empty Juice Box. He's actually a sub of mine, so shout out to you. But he's also friends with Glitching Queen, and he's discussed with her a potential leaker that he has on his hands. Now, it's different than the one that we've talked about with Glitching Queen in the past, but what's interesting is they're both confirming the same things, so that makes Glitching Queen's source look more reliable. If you haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked down in the description, as well as all my other Black Ops 4 videos where we talked about Mob of the Dead and potential gobblegums returning and whatnot. But what we're going to be talking about today is all this information we have here from Empty Juice Box. We have around 7 tweets I'm going to read for you guys, and then we're going to start analyzing them. Now, the first tweet here says Black Ops 4 might not actually be called Black Ops 4. It's going to be entitled Call of Duty Freedom. The entire game is going to be modern day with modern weapons and technology. Zombies will launch with one map, but Mob of the Dead will be the Season Pass bonus map. Reveal trailer is coming April 24th for multiplayer at E3, and zombies will be at Comic-Con. The Nintendo Switch will also be getting a version of this Call of Duty, as well as the PC and Xbox with DLC support as well. So the Nintendo Switch version isn't going to be a dumbed down version. It's going to be just the standard base game that we're going to see across all consoles, and it's going to support DLC as well. So that's cool to see. In the past with the Xbox 360, we did see that with Black Ops 3 only get the giant Shadows of Evil and Horizon Drac. So it's going to be cool to see the Switch get all the DLC this time around. Now, our next tweet here says Airfield from World at War will be the on-disc multiplayer map, along with other possible World at War remakes. Now, this is going to be cool to see. I don't see them remaking any Black Ops 3 maps inside of this game because a lot of them take advantage of the boost jump capability you have in Black Ops 3. So seeing a lot of World at War, Black Ops 1 remakes is something that I can definitely see happening in this game. And this tweet says that we're going to have Airfield in it as well. Next up, zombies will have returning features such as weapon kits, theater mode, and consumables. He does not clarify that it is gobblegums or not, so I can only assume we're going to have something different than gobblegums this time around. Also, weapon kits are returning, so that's cool to see as well. I hope they do something a little bit different this time around than what they did in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was a great start, but it was a little lackluster if you look at games like Infinite Warfare, where they had weapon variants and all kinds of things you could work towards unlocking. So I hope Treyarch takes some note from Infinity Ward and adds that into their next Zombies game. Now, the next point he has here is saying there's going to be no new game modes on launch, which he goes back in the next couple tweets and says that's false. There's actually going to be a new game mode coming in DLC 1, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So Grief and Turned are coming back, and they will be available at launch, according to him. Now, the new game mode for zombies coming in DLC 1 is supposedly entitled Fallout, but we don't have any information on this as of now. There's going to be 12 multiplayer maps at launch, as well as 14 campaign missions. I'm not too sure about what the typical campaign length. I think it's usually around 10 missions, but I could be wrong. I'm not really a huge Call of Duty campaign guy, so you guys can let me know, but 14 missions seems like a relatively large campaign. And then he goes on to say that supply drops are returning. We all know supply drops are returning. Activision loves their supply drops and microtransactions, and they make them a lot of money, so they're definitely going to be bringing that back in whatever game they can. Next up, he says Widow's Wine will not be returning for the base map. We're going to have a brand new starting pistol, and currently they are planning to make all of the Easter eggs soloable, but DLC 4 will have some different outcomes depending on if you beat the Easter egg solo or co-op. So that's cool to hear that Treyarch is trying to make all these Easter eggs soloable for us solo players. I know there have been plenty of times where I've wanted to stream the Shadows of Evil Easter egg by myself, but you can only get up to the last step, and that's very unfortunate. Luckily though, in the rest of Black Ops 3, all the Easter eggs were able to be done solo, so this time around, if they could make all the Easter eggs to be done soloable, that would be nice. As well, inside of DLC 4, it's going to be cool to see them do different endings if that is something they decide to carry out, like they did with Barry, where you got like a perma fire sale and like all permanent perks if you did the Maxis side, or something different if you got ricked off. And I don't really remember that too much in depth, but you definitely did get different results in games for depending on what Easter eggs you did inside of Black Ops 2, so that is going to be cool to see if that decides to return inside of Black Ops 4. Now, I actually just found these last 2 tweets here, so if this contradicts any information I said earlier in this video, I do apologize, but I would like to correct myself here. He goes on to say that Grief and Turn will be at launch. Fallout will come DLC 1. We did talk about that already. A Nintendo Switch version of the game is coming and we'll get DLC after PS4, so we knew that already. So PS4 is going to get all the starting DLC, and then a month later we'll get it on the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, and the PC, so nothing new there. Consumables are back, but they won't be Gobblegums. Trying to figure exactly what these are. So Gobblegums apparently will not be back according to this dude, so we will have to check back and see if he finds out anything there. Also, he says something we did talk about in our last video is Mob of the Dead will not be a remaster. It's going to be different than what it is, so there's going to be like new playable areas and whatnot. And as it is reported in Glitching Queen's video, DLC 4 will be all zombies, but he hasn't heard anything from that from his source. So we can't confirm that DLC 4 is going to be all zombies. I'd like to see it happen, but we don't know for a fact that's going to happen, so we'll have to wait and see for that. Anyways though guys, that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys are new to the channel and you want to subscribe, help me out reach a goal of 6K subscribers. We appreciate you a lot. If you end up subscribing, let me know down in the comments down below. I'll feature you inside of my next video. Leave the video a thumbs up. Let's try to shoot for 100 likes on this video. And drop a comment down below letting me know what you think of Black Ops 4 so far. Are you hyped for Black Ops 4 Zombies? Let me know. Anyways though guys, that is going to do it for me. Peace out.